Good evening, guys. This night I want to sketch. Let's do exercise 154. Exercise 154. We have this section here from this point down to this point here to be 42.86. From this point down here to be 57.14. From this point to this point 14.28. From this point here to this point 15.2. From this point here to this point will be 45.84. Angle between this point to this point is 135 degrees. The length from this point here to the center of this cycle here, this section here, 29.9. and we have a cycle here, the bigger cycle to be 20 millimeter in diameter and the second to be 14. So I also have another cycle on top on this face, which has a diameter of 27.4, extruded by 3 millimeters, and another cycle within which is 10.1 millimeter. So without wasting our time, let's go and sketch it. So sketch, be using front plane. Using line. Just follow me through. This line is not straight. Make horizontal. So let's start dimensioning. We have that this line here is 42.86, 42.86. We have this to be 14.28 from 4.28. We have this up here to be 45.8445.84. Sorry, 84. Then the angle here. Nope. Pick this point and this point. I have the angle to be 135 degrees. and this line to be 15.2. 15.2. We have it to be 10. 10. Which other part of another dimension? Okay, this point here, if you look at the diagram very well, the point from this point to the center of the circle is the circle which we will sketch here is 29.9. 29.9, and the radius will be the radius of the diameter of the bigger circle is 20. That makes the radius 10. Then 29.9 minus 10, that should give us 19.9. So we dimension from here down to this point to be 19.9. Okay, dimension here, dimension there is 10. Dimension there is 10. Okay, you guys can see that our sketch is fully defined. So let's go and extrude. Features. The extrusion is by 10 millimeters. 10 millimeter. If you are confused on how we get the dimension, I implore you to go back to the exercise. Yeah, already I'm set to 10 millimeter. So I'm just going to OK. Now for what to sketch, this part on top, we'll need to pick a plane. So let's go. Come here, reference plane. Reference geometry. Once you click it, this drop down box will come up. So on there, pick plane. First reference, come to this point, to this face here, click it. Now come to 90 degrees and click. So 90 degree, you can see that it's pointed outward toward the back. Just do this. Sorry. Repeat. Plane. Click on this point. Click 90 degrees. So come to reference plane, in this face, come and make it perpendicular. Then you'll be asked to select a second reference in this line. dimension. The bigger cycle is 20. The smaller cycle is 10.1. The distance of this line is 29.9. But for some reason it refused to lap. You can see the gap in between these areas, so I'm going to reduce this to it's too much. 28.9. This line, we're going to make it vertical, because you can see it's not straight. The cycle is not straight, so you right click on the line, this menu will pop up, make it vertical. You can see. Now go to feature, extrude, and extrusion is 30. So before you extrude, click, then rotate to see where your arrow is facing. It's facing in the opposite direction, so come to this direction 1, this arrow, click it. So we have our 30 extrusion. So now the other cycle, which is on this face, let's go and construct it now. Cycle, pick this face, this plane, then remember I always say, do not make the mistake of leaving your new sketch on top of this line. If I leave it in, it will be very difficult for me to dimension, so I'll drag it a little bit in and escape. So let's draw a center line. So consider the distance. First thing first, the line is not straight. Let's make it horizontal. Now it's straight. So let's check whether the dimension is correct. Yes, it's correct, 5 millimeters. So you escape. Now let's dimension. We have it that this bigger one has a diameter of 27.4. And the smaller one is 10.1. 10.1. Enter. So the distance between this center point here to this point is 22.8. So 2.8. This construction line we drew is from this point to the center. That is why I just dimension it. If you look down here, our sketch is fully dimensioned. Now let's go and extrude. And the extrusion is 3 millimeter. So let's change 3. Now click, rotate, use your arrows. Okay, our arrow is facing upward. If our arrow was to face downward, then you know where to change the direction of the arrow. So okay, so this is what we have in the sketch, and this is what we have. Let's go to the sectional view. Before that, let me just color the inner, the center, that is the little part I'm going to color in order to conserve our time and space. Okay, and let's go to the sectional view, and okay. Oh. Sectional view should have shown everything, but since it refused to show it, only showing these two parts. But anyhow, we've been able to sketch exercise 154. So have a nice day.